Well, welcome back to 45 News Utah. I've done an entire 30-minute video on Rumble, and I screwed up, and I did. And still got to worry about this the way the camera is. We're moving to YouTube. We're getting something going here. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. I had a huge video I did. It was awesome, and it never recorded. 30 minutes lost. I got to be to work tonight. Massive storm coming in. 11 o'clock, Utah is supposed to get 3 to 5 inches overnight. This is going to be a huge storm into Tuesday. If you're on the Wasatch Front, down through the I-15 corridor, down to Cedar City, Utah, in Hurricane Tokerville. Well, actually, it's going to be north, probably Tokerville north. You're expecting to have snow. So they're talking about we're going to be doing 3 to 5 inches of snow. Western valleys there, but I-15 corridor, 3 to 5 inches. Stay off I-15. It's going to start about 11 o'clock in Cedar City. Go until Tuesday morning. Just stay off it. Don't mess around. Winds are going to get bad. We haven't had the winds yet, so just stay off of the main highway, I-15. If you travel right now. Get it over with. I'm going to try to go back to what I went to earlier. Massive. United States we're going to do the U.S. Postal Service. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment something stupid. At least give me enough subscribers to go live. I mean, if you could do that, that's huge. I'll offend you. I'll talk to you about Christ. I'll try to uplift you. I'll try to bring you down, bring you back up. It's going to be loads of fun. But I've been doing Facebook for 3-4 years and it hasn't gotten anywhere. Facebook has gone nowhere. Literally, I got the faithful there. Got this. We are basically the fellowship, a beautiful fellowship of great people. Get everybody here to YouTube. We'll move on from there. United States Postal Service to implement big changes starting April 1st. So get this, everybody. So it says UPS is implementing significant changes to first-class mail service, which will take place starting April 1st, April Fool's Day 2025. These changes are part of the Delivering for American plan, which is a 10-year strategy that addresses current mail trends and works to solve financial challenges. I know how to solve financial challenges. Do what Trump said, under $150,000, no taxes. Still pay Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, because we will not leave everybody behind, but no more federal or state taxes. That should be cut out. But the federal taxes, no overtime tax, no tax under $150,000 is the only way to go. And I can't believe that this country the citizens would ever agree to balking at $150,000 and under, not paying taxes. You pay more out in yearly tax returns. It costs more to give people tax returns of $10,000 when they don't make over $9,000 a year. Do you get it, everybody? Do you see what's going to happen? It's going to impoverish millions of people that rely on child welfare, child care, and that rely on the child deductions, the credits. I mean, they're giving out $10,000 to families that are trying to make it. I think that there should be a subsidy check. I mean, we're basically in Alaska. You'd have to be insane to want to come here. There's no American dream except unless you're rich, or you can apply for a loan that they won't give the citizens. $6 million in loans. They'll give other people, but not you. As a citizen, speaking to you as a citizen. And then we need to be working more towards an exit plan. This is Wagons East with who's that? Was it John Kerry that was in that? No, Wagons East. Let's do that. I'm going to do Wagons East because the guy that just died that was on Friends, we should be paying attention to the signs. Wagons East, John Candy, and this is where America should be doing Wagons South. And I think that Chile and, those of us that want to go down to Patagonia, Central South America, want to live in the Andes with the great people there, the natives, we would be a great addition, and we could bring ingenuity, beauty. I'm a gold miner. I'd like to mine gold there with sluicing operations. Handmade sluicing operations wouldn't be like Parker Schnabel, but the smaller ones. I know how to find gold. I'm really good at it. I need to be climbing through the Andes, finding the sources for you guys. My employment, I would offer my employment right now, or to be employed right now. If you have a way to a gold mining company, I want 3% of all the take, and I also want to be paid at least $250,000 in just pay to go there, because I'm setting up a place to for the faithful, good people to go to with me. I'm gonna bring people with me, good people. I'd say couple million dollars would be great, but I will go through your Andes and find all your native gold where it's coming from. That's what I do. I have asthma now. We'd have to be really careful. But yeah, just staying. And I'd be a great addition. Hence, all of us would be. Those of us Wagons South, everybody. This goes to Wagons East, sometimes styled as Wagons East, is a 1994 American Western adventure comedy film directed by Peter Markle, written by Matthew Carlson, and starring John Candy, Richard Lewis, John C. McGinley, Ellen Green, Robert Picardo, and Rodney A. Grant. Yeah, I know Rodney. He's good. I'm a fan of his. Yeah. Ed Lauter as the alcohol. It tells the story of an alcoholic wagon. Let's see if we got. Where's he at? Matthew. Yeah, Matthew Carlson. Yeah, John Candy, Richard Lewis, John McGinley, Ellen Green, Robert Picardo. Huh. I didn't know. Who's the kid that played in Friends? Yeah, he just died. And why? I mean, why? Why are we fighting here? That's the question. Why are we fighting? Retirement 75 years old that we're fighting for. The American dream that you have to be asleep to believe. If you're in the working class, you really learned during the pandemic what they care about. You're an essential worker told to go work no matter what. H-1B visas, the $6 million Willy Wonka ticket. You can get out of your chocolate bar from the Wonka factory now if you come here to America and pay $6 million. Yeah, I mean, migrant workers building your houses, picking your fruits, cleaning your streets, mopping your floors, cleaning the toilets for the upper 10%. I mean, that's not racist. That's just slavery. Because the American dream, you have to be asleep to believe it. Literally, bringing in immigrants that pick your fruits and do your dirty laundry has been happening now for 100 years. This place is a monster. Don't get eaten by the monster. It's time we go to our representatives and say, no, you need to be working for us an exit strategy. They'd be like, why? You say, because the upper 10% own everything. And they got 67 cents on the dollar. This show, Wagons East, was produced in Mexico. Just to give you a sense of what the hell's going on. I mean, literally, upper 10%. We went through this. The 10%, and I'll get you guys. See, there's no way to win. There's no way to win. And every day they're scheming to take more. That's what they do. That's what hedge funds do. That's what venture capitals do. That's what conglomeration. These are financial systems. These are systems. This is the cloud. That's Skynet. Skynet is BlackRock. Larry Fink. Fink. His name is Fink. For the love of the Lord Jesus, his name is Fink. The financial systems the rich have are there to extract your wealth of us. They're beating us. We are the raw ore that goes through the chute that goes into the stamp mill. The stamp mill crushes and pulverizes the American people and the migrants. This room's got so much going on. There's no more. Trump's going to cut federal taxes for those under 150,000. This is Stockholm Syndrome. What we have is Stockholm Syndrome going on in America. You'll have clowns running around saying, oh, you can't cut out federal taxes because there's going to be a mass amount of people living in poverty that have to rely on $10,000 a year handed to them out of the backsides of the working class because the rich are just running away with everything. And then we're being taxed to death. You're a single worker male claiming zero. You might as well just hand your check over to the federal government and the state. I mean, who's working for this anymore? No, shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Like Trump said, there's so much broken here. You can't fix these things. You can't make these wires work anymore. It's time to rip out the wiring and replace it. That's what he's doing. So this goes USA Facts. Let's see what these guys say. This comes from Bing. Who owns America's wealth? As of 2023, I have 2024. Nope, we don't play 2023s. So this goes a little deeper. This is during the during the theft, the greatest theft in American history, next to the Afghan-Iraq War, totaling $139.4 trillion. In 2023, 97.5% of all net worth was owned by the 50% of Americans with above average net worth. Okay, so here's worse. This is worse. Okay, this is 2023. This is why it's shut it down. Trump's shutting it down. Everything Doge does, just shut it down. Just shut down the systems, shut down the... We're tired of getting pulverized. Even with 51% of us, we could say 50%, okay? They own 97.5% of all the wealth in America. That's everything that's got value. 50%, totaling $139.4 trillion, is owned by the above average earners. 1 out of every 2 people own all the wealth. They leave you 2.5%. Is this revolution time? I would say that should have happened 3 years ago. There should have already been a French Revolution, eat the rich, should have already happened. 2.5% of all the dollars and wealth in this country is owned by 50% of the population. Is this freedom or democracy? Which one is it? This is 2023. It's worse now. And it's not 50% anymore. It's less. So it's time to shut it down. Doge, shut it down. Trump, shut it down. Go to Democrats, Schumer, Chucky, say, go to retirement home, Chucky, so they take all your money. Pelosi, go there, let them extract you and Paul's wealth while they feed you oatmeal. Good, nummy, good. Here's your pills. And then they take all the globalists in the nursing homes, take all your money. Assisted living centers, they call it. Assisted to take your wealth, America. The stamp mill. The stamp mill where they pulverize you as the Americans. I hope you're next, representatives. I hope they pulverize your wealth. Because everything you did is for nothing. This is Wagon South, everybody. Chile, please take us. Patagonia, I'll come down with 50 million Americans. We'll come down. We'll make it great. We'll mine gold. We'll set up shop. We'll build roads and industry and love and compassion and forgiveness, and the greatest kingdom there was that comes from heaven. That's what we'd do. The remaining 167 million, because you guys deserve, we all deserve to be away from this. This is evil. This is evil. This is flat ass evil. That's why they're blowing the hell out of everybody. Says Slava Ukraine, got to save Ukraine, pay all their ways. Why 100,000+ Americans die a year of drug overdoses. That's why they've killed untold millions of Americans through poverty, hopelessness, assisted livings, wrong medical stuff. It's all they've been just killing us. This is a genocide. It's a soft kill. And I'm just saying that to be nice, YouTube. I'm just saying that it's all conglomerated. I don't mean to be demonetized, but I'm saying this together. This is the mess. The remaining 167 million Americans own about 2.6% of all the wealth. This is 2023, everybody. 2 years ago, 167 million Americans. That's children, too. We only have 2.6% of wealth. Now, that can be varied. Working Americans. So, the top earners in America have everything. As of 2023, 1% of American households own 30% of all the net wealth, okay? They own 30 cents of every dollar, borrowed, allocated, spent. It's theirs. That's 1%. That's the upper 1%. In 1990, it was 28%. At the start of 2008 recession, it was 30.9%. The rich always hold all the money. Stop it, America. So the upper 1% of all Americans, they own $43 trillion. And they're worried about health care. It's done. I mean, if this doesn't fix you, there's no fixing you. You're either complicit. There's no fixing it. So to join the top 25% of wealth holders in America, now they're saying 24, you'll need a net worth of approximately $659,000. The top 1% of the worth in 2025, 11.6 million net worth. The top 2%, you'll need 2.7 million. The top 5%, you'll need 1.7 million, 1.1 million. And the top 10%, you'll need to have $970,000. 50%, and yeah, 50% you need to be part. They'd be the top 50%. You got to have 585. Remember the house lie, the fake mortgage crisis they've been putting on us, and the fake housing crisis with 50 million people coming here. Mass migration causes housing crisis. There's not enough Americans. Americans are not reproducing themselves. It was migration that caused the housing crisis. The reason why you're paying, $2,000 a month rent because of mass migration. That's just factual. It's supply demand. They don't have enough houses. You can look it up, and America's not reproducing its population. It's through migration. Everything you're experiencing as far as housing shortages is because of migration. America's losing its population, not reproducing itself. They're replacing Americans with migration. That's why all this is happening. It's simple supply and demand. It's if you don't know 1 + 1 is 2, I don't know what to do for you. All of this goes back to migration. All this comes back to commodity, the human cargo on which should have been the Black Pearl with Jack Sparrow. The Black Pearl originally was wrote in that the Black Pearl burned because the English wanted human slaves, and Jack Sparrow said no, so they burned the Black Pearl. That's why it's called the Black Pearl, because he said humans are not a cargo. But yet America smuggled in untold millions as cargo. It's not me, it's Mayorkas. And he was over the Hebrew Migration Fund before Biden-Harris put him in charge of migration. His name is Mayorkas. Mayorkas. That's facts. His name is Mayorkas. Orchestrating. My orchestration. Don't worry, Homeland's coming. Somebody else just came out. Oh, and then Larry Fink. Come on, you guys. He's a Fink. The name Fink. I mean, this is so crazy. Hedge fund, largest hedge fund in the world. Fink. Jamie Dimon. He's a diamond in the rough. Kash Patel. Yeah, Cash. Johnny Cash Patel. Is it Justin Trudeau? You think it was Trudeau? I think it maybe the Trudeau. Be good. Or Cash Patel. Or who's next? Who's next over there? Let's see. Richie Sunak. Richie Rich. Ursula von der Leyen. Where are we? The Putin. Vladimir Putin. Joe Biden is time. The sound of Trump. The trumpet shall sound. The dead shall rise. Will be changed forever. Who's next? Just saying. I don't know how you function in this world, everybody. Trump's talking about the $5,000. We need to have universal income because they stole the American dream. There is no American dream. And without the American dream, there's no way to have an American dream. Invest guides. There's two economies, those that are working for the money and those that their money's working for them, which was off a fictitious 2008 crash destroyed economy, which we're forced to put 401ks in and pay our money into a 401k. Why the Finks run around the world making money off all of our investments, and we're forced to do it, or we will be living in the street because there'll be no Social Security. It's a Ponzi scheme. Social Security isn't broke. They broke Social Security. They give Social Security out. We've been paying our Social Security. We've been paying Ukraine's social programs with our Social Security, with our money. I mean, that money, all the money they stole for Ukraine should have went to Social Security. We want to pay for our retirement. We want to pay for our disabled and our people in need. We don't want to pay for other countries. And we don't want the rich to be walking around with 60% of all the wealth. They need to give it up. The only way America is going to be fixed is if they give up their 60% of the wealth. You can't generate more wealth unless you bring in another 100 million people. You're stuck between a rock and a hard spot. They put 50 million in here, foreign-born nationals. That's not enough. They got to bring in enough to replace the dying Americans that are sick and dying. Plus, they got to keep bringing children in. and people don't create children because Americans won't create children due to the food, endometriosis, infertility due to the foods, just society itself. They don't allow you to. You're not allowed. You can't work. You can't pay for daycare. Daycare is a scam. It's all a joke. It's a lie. It's a monster. It's an absolute monster. The system's broke. Chile should, our brothers and sisters in Chile, let us build a hedge fund down there. We'll come down. We want to increase your cost of living. We'll improve your quality of life. I mean, man, have your brothers and sisters down there in Patagonia, fishing and helping with wildlife and improving roads. And let us come up there and bring our wealth we have here, our Social Security, disability, or our companies, and let's go down to Patagonia and Chile and tell our representatives, you better have us as Utahns a place, the working class Utahns, we need our reservation. We need a place to go to. Because you're telling us at 70, we're going to maybe have enough to live in North Dakota, which I brought that up, the living in North Dakota, you got $500,000, $500,000 in your pocket, plus Social Security or disability, and you can live there for 14 years, and no baby boomers. It's 280,000, but baby boomers 60 years old. That's all they have is 280,000 average. They couldn't live in North Dakota for 7 years on Social Security disability. They'd be homeless in 7 years. 67, you're out the door, you're gone. 77, you can make it 80. The baby Gen X is $180,000 maybe saved in a 401k lie that the hedge funds are running around spending that makes them rich. And we couldn't even live in North Dakota for 3 years with that Social Security before we become broke and homeless. It's just factual. You look it up yourself. But as far as the 10%, this comes from kick-ass entrepreneurs. 2.6% of 50% of Americans, that's all you get. Yeah. This is Yahoo News. Here's the net worth you need to know 2025 ranking the top 25 to 10% to 0.1% of Americans. How do they stack up? For most Americans, hitting the top wealth tiers requires time, effort, and Clinton. It doesn't matter. No, one slip and you're over. One medical problem, you're over. A near record number of Americans are gripped with $1,000 car payments. I see rich cars everywhere. I'm driving a 2000 Xterra that's falling apart. I have no sympathy for anybody at that. The numbers needed to break into the 25% to 10% net worth is U.S. higher. 192 says that the latest federal survey data found that the median U.S. family net worth is approximately $192,000, meaning the U.S. families have less than the amount of half. The other half have, and the other half have more. The average net worth was $1 million, a figure skewed by concentrations of wealth held by richest Americans, while the Fed's numbers reflect the wide range of financial realities. So 50% have nothing. 82% of Americans are missing out on savings accounts that pays 10 times the national average. Cracking the top 25%. You got to get in the top 25%, the over $500,000 in wealth. This is a lie. 401ks are, for example, consistent contributions to 401k over 30 years career benefits for long-term market. It's all lies. No one's going to tell the truth except the articles I read from 2024. There is no future with this. Here's the net worth that is needed 2025 to rank in the top 25 to 10%. The same thing you just talked about, Yahoo News. Isn't it just great? You want to rank in that $1 billion private real estate fund. Yeah, car insurance premiums in America. Don't miss these other ones. They're going through the roof. The lies, things going through median net worth in the U.S. households. The worst. So the Reserve found that the median U.S. net worth with the household, U.S. households, is $192,000. The average net worth was $1 million. It's all the rich that adds to that. Net worth of cracking the top 25%. $659,000 in worth. Reaching the top 10%. $1.9 million. No, let's crack that let's crash that. Why is everybody, you watch your brothers and sisters and you suffer and bleed out on the battlefield, and you're like, I'm sure glad I got this bulletproof vest. Does anybody read Christ's words anymore? The Gospels of Jesus Christ. I would have to ask the Christians, do you read the Gospel? Don't try to. It's not going to work with me. This isn't Christ-like. Everybody in America should be worried about the top 30%, 25%. The America should be, you need to be lifting everybody up, every American. That's the Lord Christ. I got to shut that door. I'm sorry. Anyway, I got to stop the YouTube video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, share if you want, but comment at the bottom for me, because we got to get to do a live video, and I got to upload this for the next 3 hours to YouTube. So hopefully we get to move to YouTube. Thanks for watching.